This is something that Ryan Pineda says a lot, is like betting on yourself. So talk to us about like where you're at, dude. I'm curious, like where were you at? You said you were poor, broke. What were you doing then? How much money did you have? Why were you at that event in the first place?
Yeah, and the strategy of being like, you know what, I'm going to buy an NFT during one of the most volatile points in history, where NFTs were at the very top of the market right before they plummeted.
Yeah.
So Evan was like, sign me up.
Yep, that's a no-brainer. I'm going to bet on myself and bet on that.
Well, like, I never looked at buying that as an investment. And I think a lot of people did, right? I was like, I just want the networking.
Yeah.
I want to get in front of Ryan so I can get in front of other people. And, you know, and that was my goal. It was never, oh, I'm going to make money on this, right?
That was my goal.
Yeah.
It didn't work out.
Hey, I made some money on mine.
Yeah.
To get in front of Ryan or what?
No, to make money on the NFT. My goal was to make money on the NFT. I was already in front of Ryan with the whole like.
Dakota's like, how do I use this Tycoin stuff?
Yeah, I'm like, I just want to sell it. Like, I wanted to make money, but then I held it because I thought it'd go up, and I was definitely wrong. I
wonder if does Pineda know who kept them and who sold them or anything? Like, would he be able to tell?
He doesn't care now.
Yeah, we got a snapshot of it all.
He couldn't find mine. I was like trying to switch it into a freaking ticket.
Well,
they're like, bro, we can't find it. What email did you use? I'm like, dude.
Yeah, problem with NFTs is we got a snapshot of what accounts held what, but we can't technically tell you
the
name of the account, right? Because it's all in wallets, and that's the crypto part of it, right?
Yep.
So we know which accounts had them. We got a snapshot of that, but we don't know anything past
who
that.
owns the account.
Yep, unless we can connect the dots ourselves.
Gotcha.
Right,
okay.
So that might be why he couldn't find it.
Yep. All right, so tell us about where you were at the time, and then why were you at that event? Like, what were you doing? What were you making? Like, net worth? Why were you at that event?
So about a year before that, I quit my job, 6-figure golden handcuffs job in the utility space, and I went out and started a business. And the business I ended up starting, didn't know at the time when I quit, but the business I ended up starting was wholesaling, basically. And I came across, like it was so stupid. I was texting like 70,000 numbers with no targeting. We were just texting people.
You were just texting random people?
Yeah, random people with the 210 number.
Wow.
And I'll replace this in a second. But one of the deals I came across was the ranch. And I was like, hey, I would like to buy your ranch, basically, with a text message. And he's like, yeah, 5.2. And I was like, 5.2 what? Are we talking acres? Are we talking million? What are we talking?
Ethereum.
Yeah. You should have asked for that. Yeah. I might have been able to do it.
5.2 tykes.
Yeah. That would have been good. No, but he was like, yeah, million, stupid. And I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know his name. I didn't know nothing. All I had was a phone number. And actually, I didn't even know he had a ranch. We were just looking for property. But he's like, yeah, it's 300 acres. And I'm like, okay, where at? And I'm thinking, this is on the south side someplace. It ends up trying to be on the north side, which is a really high market. And I'm like, that's actually not a bad price. It's not great, but it's not a bad price. So I was like, I'm coming out. I was like, give me your address. And he's like, how do you not know this? Because he's talking to these people all the time. They know exactly where he lives. They know his name. They know his dog's name. Like, I don't know anything about him. So he's getting kind of flushed with me. I'm like, just give me your address and I'll be out there in a half an hour. So he gives it to me. End up showing up a half an hour later, walk in the door, and he's like, oh, shit, like, you're a real person. So anyways, I had that deal about the same time Tykes was coming around, and I was trying to figure out, how do I either wholesale this or close on it myself? Or anyways, because I knew it was a deal. Like, I can probably make, at least, $100,000, if not more. And so I was just looking for answers at that point. And it was a year after I quit my job, so my nest egg was running out. I was spending about $10,000 a month trying to keep, processes going and the business going and closing deals. But like, you close a $10,000 deal, pay for that month, right? And I didn't have multiple deals coming in, so I really had no money left. I was cash broke at that time, so I had to I did that for 10 months straight where I was cash broke and just working month to month, and just had a way out, just building up debt. I could have went back and worked in the oil field, and got out of it pretty fast. But I was like, if I quit, I'll never come back to this, right? So that's where I was financially. But that's also the reason I wanted to connect with Ryan, because I was like, I just need to get around people like this. If I can get around people like this, like they'll have at least an answer or a solution or a better way of doing this. Or maybe they won't, but I think they will, so that was my goal. And throughout that whole time period, even to this day, I just try to give to Ryan, because I've gotten so much back from him, right? Even through texts, people are like, oh man, we didn't make any money. And I was like, man, where were you? I was like, I got a $700,000 commitment to close on the ranch.
Wow.
Right? Because I was willing to offer. I didn't have anything to lose. I was like, yeah, I'll give you half my profits. Right. And somebody's like, oh, if I can make $1.5 million for $700,000, like, let's do it. I ended up not having to take it, but like that's the only thing that got me over the hump of being like, okay, well, we can't sign that contract now. We can, because I got a way to close on this. Mm-hmm. So